So the Teachers as Researchers project was for us as teachers to look at how we are teaching in small spurts and things that we can change within our instructional strategies to act as interventions. So in a risk-free environment, being able to try new things to see what will best impact our students, it may help, and giving you just short bursts so you can change things to see what's working without repercussions.
Some teaching tools to assist them, not only to assist them in teaching, but in reflective practices also. We were speaking about, did it really impact on learning?
I thought the professional development was great. It really gave me the opportunity to reflect on myself as a teacher and to see how my students are growing in ways that I could better impact them.
So I was engaged and I felt that my time was well spent. I mean, be using something else in my classroom that would be beneficial for other folks. So they invited me to share with them best practices, what works in my classroom, which again causes me to reflect on what I'm doing and being more intentional.
And some of the tools that they gave us were helpful. They gave us a teacher toolkit that provided us with just kind of an overview of what research is, the type of research that we could do within our classroom and timeframes, as well as how we measure that research. And then we were also given another handout that provided pages and pages of different strategies, depending on which area we wanted to focus in. So things that other people had tried and what might have a better effect size that gave us at least a starting point so we can move from there.
I did the single classroom model. So I had to pre-test, don't use the strategy, give a mid-assessment, use the strategy, then do a post-test, and then compare the results from the mid-assessment and the post-assessment. I was like, oh, I want to use this, I want to use this. And it was like, no, don't use the strategy yet. Wait. Now use the strategy after you give the mid-assessment. So like I said, you just have to be intentional in what you do.
So for the project, we did a couple of cycles where we chose a strategy within our classroom. You could choose a single group or multi-group setting. For mine, I chose single group and focused on one class. And you chose a strategy that you wanted to change and only changed it for that class. One of the times I just changed the type of questioning I was doing in my guided notes. And we would give a pre-test before we changed it, give a midway point, it's a little assessment, and then give the end test to kind of see if we felt that there was validity or if that really impacted our teaching. And it was normally done in short cycles. So 2 to 3 weeks is where I stuck with, and I did 2 of those cycles throughout it.
Because we have the time restraints, we have pacing guides, we have benchmark exams. So it forces us to be intentional and planning exactly what we want to do. And being intentional about when we have them, what we do with them. So I think that is what I got from this, to be more reflective in my practices and a little more deliberate. So I really got a lot from this.
I thought there were lots of benefits. One, because it got me out of my comfort zone. Often as a classroom teacher, especially in the math setting, we're very worried about end of the year assessments. So sometimes you just get stuck doing the same thing because you feel like it works. So it definitely got me out of my comfort zone and willing to try things because I knew they were going to be done in short cycles. So it wasn't, if it didn't work, it was no big deal, but if it did work, great. So it definitely got me thinking about how I'm teaching in ways that I could change that might impact my students, even in just small doses. So it kind of took some of that risk factor off of the table where you're worried about end of the year assessments being affected and gave you an opportunity to do that in an environment where you didn't feel like you were going to be burdened or the kids were going to be hurt in a way. It also provided a great PLC because I was with other teachers in there. So we were able to have great conversations about the strategies I was trying, the strategies they were trying, what worked, what didn't, and getting ideas that just helped us grow as a whole.